Hey y'all, I'm Byke. I'm Byke, y'all. I'm Byke. You know what I realized? I think I have this headset on. I have this headset on, and it is so close to my mouth. It picks up every drop of sound and swallow and perspiration and movement. Everything. I guess if I was doing, what is it, ASMR? It will probably be really good right now. Like people would probably get a kick out of me crumpling something like, or maybe I'll start doing stuff like that. Making noises and creating some ASMR for people, some relaxing things, or reading a book or something. I don't know, but maybe I will. But I'm back. I'm back like a never left. So I'm not gonna be on here too long though because I gotta go and run some errands whenever my daughter gets back with my hoopty. Cause guess what? She thinks it's hers. You know what I'm saying? She thinks it's her car, and she's always gone in it. But it's okay. So, along with all of the other things that I am doing this week, another one of the things that I'm doing is I am currently working on um, doing my correspondence for our family members and friends that are incarcerated. So I like to kind of write them or send them a card, words of encouragement, scriptures, stuff like that every once in a while. So um, I'm gonna go ahead and I bought a book of stamps, and I'm gonna, go as far as I can. Sometimes I'll write a little note in there inside of the card and send it off. Um, to just send them a word of encouragement, not that I condone any negative actions or bad behavior or anything like that, but if you have to sit down for any amount of time like that, I don't care if it's incarceration or in the hospital or rehab or whatever the case may be, it's hard to do those types of things when you can't connect with your family or you have nothing to help you kind of like pass that time away. So, with that in mind, I always like to, use that opportunity to minister a better life to them, the opportunities of a better life. I mean, take this time while you're sitting down to say, "Hey, I could have done things differently. Um, I could have done things. I could do things to improve my life even here, even get an education, um, get some job training, take up a trade or something, But I like to be on the positive end of that. One young man that I would write every once in a while. Um, I didn't even know he knows my daughter. From we know each other from church. We're family and all that. And I would write him, and he told my daughter, like, some of the letters that your mom sent helped pass that time away, and some of those times I was in the hole for something, and it was lonely and dark in there. He said sometimes I would read her letters over and over again just to pass the time away. So with that in mind, you know, if I am going to send something or write something, I'd like for it to be life changing, something that will, you know, minister to your spirit man, and something that will hopefully spark something in you to say, you know, listen, when I get out this time, it's enough. This is enough. I've been back there enough. And there have been times where, you know, I may not have written or anything, but I've given money to the loved one for them to put on their commissary or something like that. Um, I've been doing stuff like that for years, and so it's just something that I like to do on my own. I like to decorate the cards with use different colors and all types of things. I don't you know send pictures or anything like that often. Um Unless it's like a close family member, I might send pictures of the kids or grandkids or something like that, but I don't do that often. But yeah, I just have a something about my kids on the wall somewhere, and these other people, predators and whatnot, looking at my grandkids and stuff. I don't, So, yeah, I would decorate the envelope, color it up, or write something inspirational. Make give them scriptures to read, books that they might be able to get from the library and things like that, or something to provoke a change, like I said. So, I'll be doing that this week, and I was just sitting down, like looking some of them up to get the addresses and contacting some family members so that they can text me addresses and things like that. And I will definitely, I bought a book of stamps, and I always get cards. I'll go to like the dollar store, Dollar Tree or something, and get the cards that are like two for $1 or something like that. And I sit through there and pick out about $10 worth of cards, and you know, I get all different types of greeting cards. I might get thinking of you, sympathy, graduation, birthday, get well, whatever. And then I have this little organizer, and I put them in, separating them by the topic. And I put my little stuff in here, my little addresses, whatever. And I just sit down and one by one just start writing, and whatever God gives me, I send it to him. And so yeah, I'll be doing that this week, along with doing some stuff with my health, taking making some more appointments and keeping some appointments and things like that. And I am going to do some mental health therapy this week. I don't know exactly how or what, but I am definitely going to do something that is going to minister to my mental health. And I encourage anybody to do that. One thing about um, people, especially African American people, we don't take our mental health serious enough. We think it's a taboo subject, or we think that it's something that we don't struggle with, or we shouldn't struggle with, or what have you. But the truth of the matter is that we struggle with it quite often, and more than we care to admit. So it's something that we should not ignore. It's something that we should not bypass. We should really take out some time to do something. I don't care if it's a walk in the park, sit by the water, or something like that. I have not been out to the park. Um, Here in Detroit, we have Belle Isle, which is an island. It's a metropolitan park, but it's on an island, and you have to cross over Lake Michigan and go over to the island, and you can just go drive around the park, um, drive around or park, I should say. You could go and take in a little nature center, or they have like paddle boating and things like that out there. So I haven't been out there in a while, and I have when I got my plates renewed, I paid extra money to get free entry into the metro parks. Duh. And I didn't do it. So I am definitely going to take advantage of that and go out there and sit by the water and maybe take some on my laptop, listen to a little music or something like that, and do a little work or something, and just take in the sounds of nature, and just, do some mental health therapy, and just enjoy peace and solitude. And we all need to do that. So those are two of the, well, what I say, three of the things that I'm going to do. So that's my correspondence, my health, mental health, and I also have some household business things that I need to take care of. I'll be taking care of those things as well. Um, I might cook something. I haven't been cooking as much. And anybody knows me knows that I cook, cook, cook. I cater. Um, but I haven't really been cooking a lot. So I think I'm gonna I've been wanting to make a chocolate cake from scratch, and I think I'm gonna do that. This week I have all the ingredients. I usually keep baking stuff around, so I think I'm gonna make a chocolate cake, 2 or 3 layer chocolate cake, and just to brush up on my little skills a little bit and decorate it to see how, or I don't know if I decorate it or not, but I don't know. And it's not like I'm celebrating anything. I just want to do it. And so I'm going to do that and make a list of things that I need to take care of, you know, around the house, household business, anything that I think I need to take care of. But in doing that, you know, you have to plan your work and work your plan. And for me, I have to write stuff down because I will forget it. I am a particular age now, and it's like I just don't remember stuff like I usually do. Like I know, how you can say, "Oh, it feels like I'm missing something," or "I think I got something coming up," and you just can't remember it off of the top of your head, but you know that you have it coming up. So instead of doing that, I try to every time I make an appointment or anything else, if I don't write it down or put it on a calendar right then, Lord knows I'm gonna forget it. And next thing you know, I'll be calling back saying, did I have an appointment? Yeah, it's today in an hour, or it was yesterday, or something like that. So I try to avoid stuff like that as much as I can, or I do like I did for tomorrow, overbook myself. So I have one appointment at 3 and another one at 4:30. I don't know how well it's gonna work because one of them is physical, one of them is telehealth, so it'll work. So I got to keep all of those things going. But in the meantime, earlier on my earlier live, I was talking about how sometimes we have to get rid of things that are of no use to us. Like there are times that we come, hello, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Ocean's Wave. Sometimes we have things in our lives that are no good to us. And thank you, sugar. For whatever reason, we hold on to it, y'all. For whatever reason. Um, some of the things that we hold on, we find that we just hold on to it because it's a force of habit, right? It's things that we have been accustomed to holding on to. It's not like our favorite mug, or it's not like our favorite pair of shoes or a favorite t-shirt. It's like our issues, certain issues, right? And we hold on to those issues, and it's because this issue has become somewhat of a pet to us. And the more we nurture that issue, the bigger, or that pet, the bigger it grows, or the more of an issue it becomes. Sometimes our issues could be relationships that we don't have to be in. And these relationships absolutely are no benefit to us. And I don't care what type of relationship it is. It could be a intimate relationship that's very toxic. It could be a friendship that is one-sided. It could be a relationship with a relative that is null and void. And you're finding yourself always being the one that is trying to keep that relationship together, or always trying to be the one that keeps that relationship going, right? So I say this because I have relationships, and by habit, like on my phone, I have like in my phone, I have hundreds and hundreds of contacts. Some of these contacts have passed away. They are not even here on earth anymore, but they're still taking up space in my phone. It's not like I'm going to call and get an answer. It's not like after all this time I'm going to call and get a voicemail. It's not like I'm going to get a response. But because this person was once held a spot in my life, this contact is in my phone. But even though I'm not ever going to be able to talk to that person over the phone again, why am I still holding on to that contact? And some of those, our relationships are just like that. You know, it's not healthy for us. They don't communicate back when we call. The relationship is on their part is dead. They're putting absolutely nothing into it. And that's even if it's a intimate relationship. You can have um bedroom activities. I'm trying to keep it clean. Bedroom activities with a person that you are in a relationship, and don't have any verbal communication with them. It's just that you come together when it's time to pleasure one another, or whatever, things like that, and then you don't even have a conversation. They get up, they go their way, you get up and go their way, and sometimes that doesn't even happen because they probably are getting it elsewhere. You have nothing else to be, and there are some people I have known, couples that have been married for years, 20, 30, 40 years, and they don't even like each other. They don't speak, they don't sleep in the same room, they don't do anything together but maybe show up at a family reunion, and that's it. They travel together because it saves face, or is what they're accustomed to doing, but they don't have any kind of communication, even in the car. The driver is driving, listening to the radio, and the rider is doing a puzzle, but they don't have any conversation with each other. But do you need to use the bathroom, or pull over here, or something like that? Um, and it's crazy because we hold on to those relationships because it's out of habit, not because it's benefiting either of us. I've seen women hold on to relationship. Their husband have not been in the house for 20 years, but he still pay the bills at home, or he still keeps up the mortgage anyway, and she does everything else. But he's there. They have absolutely no. He's got a whole nother woman, a whole nother relationship everywhere. But they're not even together. They don't even meet up in the same place, right? So when I think about those things, I think about what is the purpose of even having that type of relationship when it benefits you nothing. It's time to cut them. Some of these relationships, it's it's just taking up mental space and occupying energy that you really don't have to give. So we have to just let it go. Quite recently, I decided, I have a few relatives that I mean, some of us grew up in the same house together. Um, some of us spend every summer, every holiday, everything all throughout the year, constantly everything together. And we're like, some of us are like right at the same age and all this, that, and the other. And we were close, but there was always this one-sided competition thing. And it took for me to get older to realize that this person was competing with me and I didn't even know it. I thought it was a form of flattery because the things that I was doing, they started doing. Like when I tell you, I don't want to say in specific, but it would be things like if I get a car, they will go get the same car at the same dealership. If I were to take up a particular class, they would take the same class. If I would just switch and get a truck, they would switch and get a truck. The same truck. I mean, it's crazy. But it was like they were doing the things that I was doing, but at the same time, you would hear little whispers back here saying that, oh, she thinks she's better than this, that. No, obviously, I don't think I'm better than anybody. You obviously do, because I'm not mimicking your actions. You're mimicking mine. But even with other people say warning me about the situation, I'm like, no, it's not like that, we just close, or we just like, no, it wasn't, because later on in life this person don't even speak to me. I have reached out several times, over and over and over again, no response. I mean, years. When people passed in their life, I was there. When my family passed, I didn't hear from them, and I've called since then over and over again, nothing. So I've decided I'm going to stop punishing myself and reaching out trying to mend a relationship with a person that doesn't want it, because I have to look at myself as worthy as well. I deserve good energy. I give it, I should get it in return. So no longer am I going to go out and uh follow after or chase after somebody to try to make I don't care what kind of relationship it, a friendship, a boyfriendship, a kin friendship, a church friendship. It doesn't matter. I'm not doing it anymore. If I don't need it, I'm casting it away. Cast down every thought and imagination, everything that will exalt itself against the knowledge of God. And also lay aside every weight and sin that so easily beset you. Sometimes we can't advance higher. Get out. Get. Sometimes we can't advance higher because we are so busy trying to I'm sorry, my cat is getting on my nerves. We can't advance higher because we're so busy trying to please other people and trying to hold on to baggage that's holding us back. We are carrying a bunch of empty bags. Get out of here. We're carrying a bunch of empty bags, a whole bunch of luggage that has absolutely nothing in it, or either the things that are in those bags are rags. Have you ever gone through doing your laundry and you find yourself going to the laundromat and washing these clothes, and as you're folding, you're like, what is this doing in here? And you kindly toss it in the trash. Like, there's no way. Especially with my son. My son holds on to stuff, and I call it young. If it's way too small, it's too young for you, bro. You can't even fit that anymore. Stop trying to squeeze you like baby Huey with your belly sticking out trying to put on a shirt that's no, throw it out. So when I'm doing laundry and I'm folding, if it's dingy, if it has a hole in it, if it cannot be used, in the trash it goes. Don't save it for a rag. Don't save it for scrap. Don't save it. Throw it away. Because the next thing you know, you have piles and piles and piles of garbage that you don't need. And I'm speaking to myself. You have it piled up and stacked up because you don't want to throw anything away. I'm saying today, just cast away those things. Cast away all of the things that benefit you nothing. All of that stuff that's holding up empty space. You can't take it to heaven with you. You can't take it everywhere you go. Just get rid of it. There was a song that came, was a quartet song that I heard years ago. Although the song is funny, it's really true. And the song says, "You've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul. You've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul," which simply means when you die, all of that crap that you holding on to, you can't take it with you. It's you leave all of that mess behind for somebody else to deal with. And 9 times out of 10, you carrying all of that stuff all of your life is probably what put you in the grave. All of that garbage, all of that trash, all of those ungodly relationships, all of that big lifetime of do nothing is probably what put you in the grave in the first place. Stop carrying a bunch of do nothing. Let it go. Your blood pressure will come down. You'll start feeling better. You'll feel a lot of weights being lifted. Don't worry about what you don't have to worry about. If you're going to worry, don't pray. If you're going to pray, don't worry. That's what I've learned. Now, I'm not saying that you're not human and these things don't affect you at some time, because they do. I'm not saying that every once in a while you're not human and your emotions don't get the best of you. But what I am saying is shake it off. Pack the dust under your feet and keep it moving. Okay? Keep it moving. Don't let the devil dictate to you what should or should not go on in your life. Don't do that. All right? So I didn't call to preach, but I just wanted to share. Okay. I said I was going to come back and talk about that. And I wanted to keep my word because I felt like, somebody needed to hear that. Somebody, and I needed to speak it through. Lay aside the weight. Lay aside the weight. Go through your drawers, your closet, your room, your life, and just remove all of the clutter. You will find yourself being able to think clearer, move freer, feel better. All right. Okay, guys, I'll be back. I love you on purpose. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Later for now.